Secrets in the Ice. Chapter 1. Arrival at the outpost. The icy wind howled across the barren expanse of Antarctica, carrying with it secrets long buried beneath the snow and ice. The sun hovered low on the horizon, casting an ethereal glow that made the desolation seem almost otherworldly. Bryson tightened his scarf against the chill, his breath forming clouds that disappeared into the endless white. Bryson thinks about the potential fame and fortune this discovery could bring him. Beside him, Alice moved with deliberate precision, her every step calculated, her eyes scanning the horizon with a mixture of determination and caution. The remote outpost loomed ahead, a skeletal structure battered by years of relentless weather. Its silhouette was a stark contrast against the stark, pristine landscape. This was a covert mission to decipher ancient text in a highly restricted area. "We're almost there," Bryson muttered, more to himself than to Alice. His voice was barely audible over the wind, a mix of excitement and trepidation. Alice glanced at him, her expression inscrutable. "Let's hope this trip was worth it." She frowns slightly as she looks at the outpost, a sense of unease gnawing at her. The wind whipped around them as they approached, the door creaking ominously as Bryson pushed it open. Inside, the air was thick with the musty smell of decay and abandonment. Shadows danced on the walls, and the silence was deafening. "Looks like no one's been here for years," Bryson murmurs, his voice echoing in the silence. Bryson's fingers trembled, not just from the cold, but from anticipation, as he unpacked their equipment. Alice moved methodically, her every action deliberate and precise. She set up her workstation with the practiced ease of someone who had done this countless times before. "Let's get this over with," Alice muttered, her eyes scanning the walls adorned with faded maps and cryptic symbols. "The sooner we decipher these writings, the sooner we can get out of this godforsaken place." Bryson's eyes gleamed as he approached an ancient manuscript, hidden among the debris, its pages brittle and yellowed. "These aren't just any writings, Alice. They're a key to something beyond our wildest dreams." Alice sighed, a mixture of exasperation and concern. "And that's exactly what worries me, Bryson." Alice leans in, her brow furrowing as she examines the symbols. She carefully turns the pages, her expression a mix of curiosity and skepticism. Alice reflects on the implications of their discovery and the potential dangers it could bring. They set up their equipment under the dim light, the ancient manuscript spread out on a makeshift table. Bryson's excitement is palpable, while Alice's focus is intense. "Let's take it one step at a time," Alice says. "We need to understand what we're dealing with." As night falls, the temperature inside the outpost drops further. The wind outside howls louder, and the walls creak as if protesting their presence. Subtle, eerie events begin to happen. The lights flicker, and a cold draft sweeps through the room. Shadows seem to move at the edge of their vision. The sound of distant whispers and the creaking of the outpost create an unsettling atmosphere. Bryson dismisses the occurrences as quirks of the old building, his focus unwavering on the manuscript. His eyes shine with ambition and greed. "Just the wind," Bryson says, waving his hand dismissively. "Let's keep going." Alice shivers, pulling her jacket tighter around her. Her eyes flicker to the shadows, her instincts telling her something isn't right. Alice contemplates the risks of their mission and the possible consequences of uncovering the truth. As they finish their work for the night, Bryson reluctantly closes the manuscript. Alice organizes their notes, her mind still racing with questions. "We'll continue tomorrow," Alice says, her voice steady. "We need to rest." They settle into their sleeping bag, the cold seeping through the thin fabric. The outpost is eerily quiet, save for the occasional creak and the howling wind. Bryson lies awake, his mind racing with visions of fame and discovery. Alice, on the other hand, stares at the ceiling, her thoughts filled with caution and doubt. She reflects on the day's events and the unknown dangers that lie ahead, her resolve to uncover the truth strengthening despite her fears.